Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
Gregory Polanco's three-run blast key in the Pirates' 6-4 win last night. Veteran Edwin Jackson hopes to continue his broadside success and destroy Pittsburgh's hopes of raising the Jolly Roger again tonight. And we welcome you to downtown Pittsburgh along the Allegheny PNC Park. Game 2 of this 3-game series with Mark Grant, Dick Enberg. We're pleased that you've joined us on this Wednesday night. An interesting matchup of veteran right-handed pitchers going at it tonight.
A couple of guys who've been around the block, and it's no joke that Ryan Vogelsong, after bouncing back, hitting the eye his second time since the injury, this guy, he doesn't really have that wow stuff. He's got to make good, perfect pitches. Last time against Atlanta, a big strikeout against Freddie Freeman, and a lot of check swings because he's around the plate and he really doesn't have that wow pitch to strike out, so he's got to be right on for his game. When you see the 6 innings, only 3 hits, that game he was on the ropes, but he made a couple of good pitches to get out of jams.
Edwin Jackson's last outing went 8 innings against Milwaukee.
And the one thing that sticks out, Dick, is no walks in 8 solid innings. This guy's got a rubber arm. He could throw 150 pitches if he really wanted. He's got to throw that fastball. He'll cut it once in a while. 8 innings, 3 earned runs. And Colin Ray, he also went 8 innings, but this veteran guy, he's one of those guys that gives a manager a luxury and a pitching coach the luxury of, you know what, if he gets in a jam, we know he can make some good pitches, and we just leave him out there, maybe save our pen.
And you want another positive note? Jackson against Pittsburgh in his career is 9-3. The young players, the young Padres, building confidence as their success continues. Number 16 for Gregory Polanco.
Pummeling the strike zone. He's going right after those hitters.
The Padres trying to bounce back from last night's 6-4 loss in the opener. And here's our Saquon Pick the Stick. Weigh in on Twitter for a chance to win a free foursome of golf, courtesy of Saquon Golf Resort. Just hashtag I'm with, last name of the broadcaster you want to join forces with. If they win, you could win too. One random winner selected nightly, and there are the selections tonight. Let's see, our current leader is Mike Pomerantz, and he goes with Janowski. In second place, Sweeney likes Splash. Third place is Julie Alexandria. No, she's fallen to fourth with Mark Grant moving ahead. He likes Dickerson. Julie goes for Solarte, and the old caboose is going to root for Will Myers tonight. Steamy in the 80s. There was a light rain this afternoon. No batting practice for either team. And now the Padres lineup brought to you by Toyota. Travis Jankowski leads it off. He has a career-long 8-game hitting streak. Then Will Myers homered last night, number 22. Jan Solarte edging toward that 300 mark. Alex Dickerson continues to hit well. He's spotted in the cleanup position. Brian Schimpf and then Jabari Blash, his second home run of the year last night. Then Christian Bethancourt. Alexei Ramirez back in the lineup at shortstop, hits 8th, and Edwin Jackson, a good hitting pitcher, bats 9th.
On the hill, the veteran 39-year-old Ryan Vogelsong. Boy, what a great story. I'll tell you what, they root for him in the clubhouse, just like when he was a Giant. They love this kid. He's got the 2- and 4-seam fastball, and he's got good command, trying to work down in the zone. And once again, he doesn't really have that one wow pitch to wipe out hitters. So a lot of balls in play off of Vogelsong.
Never given up. He was a 5th-round pick of the Giants way back in 1998, and had a somewhat average major league start. Wasn't good enough, was cut, goes to Japan for 3 years, reinvents himself, comes back, and with the Giants had a couple of big seasons, 13-7 in 2011, 14-9 the following year, and now back with the Pittsburgh Pirates, his second turn, and recovering from that horrific injury where he was hit in the face by Jordan Lyles, the pitcher for the Colorado Rockies. Just could not get out of the way. 3 facial fractures. They were very concerned about that left eye, but courageously he's battled back, does not want to give up his major league dreams. He pitched well his first start back in Atlanta last week. This is his first try at home since that injury. You got to root for him. Not necessarily to win tonight, but you root for him as a man.
Absolutely.
He's a Pennsylvania native, ready to rock and fire, and the first pitch of the game is grounded through the left side by Jankowski. He's in a habit of going after that first pitch of the ball game and delivers a base hit to left. Did that last night.
Talked to Travis before the game, and I said, you know what, really proud of you the way you've been going about the leadoff position. And he said, you know what, he goes up there and he feels very, very comfortable right now with more reps, more swings, more ABs, being the regular leadoff hitter, and that takes a little bit of a load off the shoulders for Travis Jankowski.
Brings up first baseman Will Myers. At the opening pitch, the temperature here in Pittsburgh, 81 degrees. Myers, after a rough game in which he knocked into 2 double plays and struck out his first 3 at-bats last night, clubbed a home run deep to left field, number 22. That it wasn't enough, nor was Jabari Blash's homer in the 9th in a 6-4 decision going to Pittsburgh.
And just like that, what do you know? The throwing game over to first base. Everybody knows that Jankowski's going to be a threat to run.
And that extends his hitting streak now. 9 games in a row, longest in his brief career. Myers is on a 7-game streak.
Good chance for Will to get a fastball this at bat, also with the speed at first.
89 on the fastball at the knees. Jankowski with 24 stolen bases, 4th best in the National League. Big hole on that right side with the second baseman Harrison shaded over towards second. And fouled off the play. Here's the big swing by Myers last night in the 8th inning.
And as soon as this ball was struck by Will Myers, he knew it. And where was the pitch? It was outer third. He got extended. Looks like Ryan Vogelsong here tonight trying to pound him inside with fastballs. That's the swing we like to see from Will Myers.
Deep into that lower tier in left field. The bleacher section almost carried into the second deck. 0-2. up high. And again, Vogelsong will probably top out around 90, maybe 91.
Yep. Not that overpowering. Absolutely right, Dick. Average is about 90, 91.
Solarte, the Padres' leading hitter, on deck. Got him looking. One away. Check the Pirates defense behind Vogelsong tonight. In the outfield, Marte in left, Polanco in right, and McCutcheon the center fielder. There's Polanco, 3-run homer last night. On the infield, Gong in the starting lineup. That's Harrison at second. Mercer returns to the starting lineup at shortstop. Jaso the first baseman, and Cervelli the catcher for Ryan Vogelsong. Solarte at 298. 11 home runs, 48 runs batted in. Padres had only 7 hits last night. Solarte 2 for 3 and a walk. So a late change in the lineup. David Freese is the first baseman, not Jaso. Early lineup had Jaso there on the big bag. Strike called by plate umpire Tom Hellion. Jaso with that bruise on the left eye ran into the catcher Derek Norris on a play at the plate last night and took the worst of the deal. The shin guards right into his cheekbone. Pops him up center of the diamond. And Mercer, the shortstop, with the catch for the second out. And that'll bring up Alex Dickerson. Well, the Padres have made a player move today, and it applies to Alex Dickerson in a way. Dickerson was born in Poway, California, and Nick Noonan, recalled from El Paso, another native of Poway. And Nick, number 28, will be used at shortstop. The move involved Jose Rondon going back to El Paso, and Noonan, who had a few games with the Giants, now is a Padre, a team he and his family cheered for as he grew up in Poway. Attended Francis Parker High School.
And he is very excited to wear the Padre uni. You're a good egg, Noonan.
He's just excited to be on the same property as Mud Grant. He's so excited that now Mud Grant's going to be able to talk about him. I'm not kidding.
You know, it's always exciting to see kids make it to the big leagues, but when they play for their hometown team, that's extra special, and very happy for Nick.
He was hitting .321 at El Paso and earned the trip back to the bigs. Dickerson takes inside. 2-0. Alex now with 7 home runs.
Good hitter count right here. And the word travels quickly. You have to be careful as Mark McGwire looks on.
And 2-1. That one fouled off the head of the bat. Jose Rondon gave him a chance a couple of weeks of action. Made some good plays at shortstop. Needs to improve his hitting. That's a, that experience will serve him well going back to AAA.
Absolutely. You get a taste of it, go back down to the minor leagues and hone your skills.
3-1 now to Dickerson. He has a 6-game streak, and much like the man who follows, Ryan Schimpf, a lot of his hits extra base hits. 31 hits total, and 15 of them for extra bases for Alex, and Schimpf even more so, 21 of 28 for extra bases.
Well, he's throwing him 2 changeups in a row to go to 3-1.
And he and Cervelli's going to have a meeting halfway to the mound. Vogelsong native of Oakland, Pennsylvania, and is in the Hall of Fame at his alma mater, Kutztown State. That's over on the east side of Pennsylvania, north of Philadelphia. The Golden Bears.
Nice.
Full count. Going to see a lot of off-speed stuff from Vogelsong. He's beats you with guile and command.
Yeah, he'll try to back over that cutter. That last pitch looked like it had a little cut action to it. The fastball, the curveball, the changeup. He'll throw any pitch, anytime.
Janowski off and a swing and a miss, strike 3. Couple of strikeouts for Vogelsong. It'll be Josh Harrison leading it off for the Bucks. Brought to you by Jack in the Box. Try new Smoky Jack. Taste it before it's gone. By Petco, where the healthy pets go. By Pinnacle on the Park. Make your new home here. Visit pinnacleonthepark.com for details. And by Sony, the leader of 4K Ultra HD. Bottom of the first inning here at PNC Park. Beautiful view out looking the skyscrapers of downtown Pittsburgh from our location. And the lineup for the Pirates brought to you by Hyundai. Josh Harrison in the leadoff spot. He's really flourished there. Starling Marte, their top hitter at .315. Andrew McCutchen trying to break out of a season-long slump. Gregory Polanco, the big 3-run homer last night. David Freese, a late insertion, bats 5th and at first base. Then Gong is the third baseman. Cervelli the catcher. Mercer at short, and Vogelsong the pitcher. Boy, another change. Adam Rosales replaces Solarte at third. Solarte popped up with his one at bat. Harrison hits it high in the air to right. That's carrying well. And Blash in front of the Philadelphia LA final. Phil's winning 6-2. It's scoreboard and right with the young.
All time now for the Scout Report, brought to you by Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Got the right-hander Edwin Jackson on the hill, 32-year-old, making his 5th start as a Padre. Throws all of his pitches, and he's been throwing strikes. The last time out really stuck out. 8 frames, no walks. He struck out 5. He's good for about 100 pitches or so, and hopefully can save a little bit of the bullpen. Get into the 8th again tonight.
Marte leading the team in hits and average, .315, and steals, 39. This is a whiteout start for our scoreboard.
Yes, it is.
A couple of jinxes already. Clint Hurdle and Andy Green matching wits here in game 2 of the series. Breaking ball in there. 2-1. Tom Hallion behind the plate tonight with Phil Cuzzy, Scott Berry, and Adam Amari on the bases. Padres defense tonight brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Travis Janowski. Oh, how he can cover center field with Dixon left, Blash in right. Rosales joins Ramirez on the left side of the infield with Schimpf at second, Myers at first, and Christian Bethancourt behind the plate tonight for Edwin Jackson. 2-2 and a full count. As we mentioned earlier, good success Jackson against the Pirates in his career. 9-3 no matter where he's pitched. He's done well against the Buccos.
You know, Edwin Jackson is one of those pitchers that you know what you're going to get. He's been around for a long time, and there you see those numbers against the Pirates, as Dick was mentioning just a bit ago. Pretty nice numbers.
Full count to Marte. And Marte calls time as Jackson doesn't come to the plate quickly enough for his taste. Ground ball, Rosales. Long throw across is low and dug out by Myers. Good play by the first baseman. And time to check out the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Less slop, more pop. And you know what? You got to clean up the defense and other plays of the game. Hey, tags on the runner at second base. Got to apply the tag. And how about this one? Back up Ed. Win. Kind of like a play on words. Edwin, Ed for short, and then win the game for Edwin.
I like that.
So hopefully that comes to fruition.
I thought I heard a lot of brain cells being burned last night. I thought that was just the Olympic Games coverage. That was you.
There's not many left.
Andrew McCutchen. He has enjoyed considerable success against Jackson. They're head to head. 419 with 3 homers. The shift is on. Schimpf over on the shortstop side. That's in there. 1-1. McCutchen last night, after striking out the first time, singled and then walked 3 straight at bats. That was interesting. Bethancourt shuttled outside and set up, and then Jackson came up and in. Now, whether that was by design to make McCutchen think the ball was going to be away and fired inside, only that battery knows. Good breaking ball. McCutchen gave up on it. Ryan Vogelsong back at work, and it's had such an important time for him. He's defied the odds again. Little soft fly ball to the shortstop Ramirez, and an impressive 1-2-3 inning for Edwin Jackson. No score after 1.
once the trainers came out, and he's like, let me check your neck and make sure you're okay. And he did that. And he said, you think you can sit up? And I said, yeah, I can sit up. Well, once I sat up, you know, obviously my mind started going a little bit more. And he was in the ballpark that day. My wife was in the stands with her family. And, you know, at that point in time, I was like, you know what? I got to get up. I got to stand up. And just to let him know and let them know that I'm okay.
Ryan Vogelsong talking about his 6-year-old son Ryder, who was at PNC Park the day that it happened back in May, in the family room watching on TV. He said it was so important for him to get on that cart, but not to lie down as the trainers had suggested, but to in fact be upright so that his son knew he was okay. And he said afterwards he talked to his wife Nicole and said, I think I'm done. And she said, no, it is not going to end like this. And he really credits her for getting him through those hard times, as well as his teammates. Incredible to think, guys, that this happened just 73 days ago. 73 days later, he is on the mound in Atlanta making his first start. He said tonight is going to be incredibly emotional, as this is where it happened.
And of course, his first at bat will be critical to all of those emotional feelings and fears. Ryan Schimpf flied out on the first pitch to left field. This is Jabari Blash, the count 0-1. And he lines one into the left field corner. Fair or fire ball. Fair into the corner. Rattles back toward home plate, and Blash cruises into second with a double. Jabari had a RBI single and a home run last night.
Comfort, big factor for Jabari Blash. More at-bats, seeing more pitchers. Well, after seeing video of Vogelsong, he turns on that two-seamer in nicely. Not only was it a fastball in, but he keeps it fair. So he got those hands through nicely with a stand-up double.
Brings Christian Bethancourt to the plate, hitting an even .250. 5 home runs. Chance for the Padres. Man in scoring position. Blash with one away. They play Bethancourt straight away. He has an imposing build, doesn't he, Blash? He's a big guy. If he can control that swing and use all that power that he has, could be something special. That's a strike on a, excuse me, foul tip.
And remember his first home run at Petco Park going the opposite way. That should help matters as well, realizing, hey, I've got power to the opposite field. Try not to get too pull happy, but on a pitch like that, he fought it off nicely. He got to it quickly.
Outside, 1-1. Well, the two top teams in the National League West played day games today, and the Giants won 1-0 in Miami. The Dodgers were beaten at home by the Phillies. They were tied for first, so the Giants back in sole possession, the first place by a game over LA. That's a generous call, just below the knees. 1-2.
Not afraid to throw that two-seamer, and Vogelsong has to do that. He just cannot fall into a pattern.
June 26th, the Giants enjoyed an 8-game lead over the Dodgers. They started today even, but the Giants winning and Dodgers losing, so they have a 1-game lead. There's a swinging bunt now toward the mound. It's going to be tough to get Bethancourt, and they don't. And the throw goes away, and here comes Blash around third. He's going to score the throw into second base, and Bethancourt in standing, and the Padres have a 1-0 lead. Swinging bunt single for Bethancourt, and a throwing error by Vogelsong, and San Diego is on the board first.
Well, the Padres taking advantage of some mistakes for the Buccos early on and just putting the ball in play. Slider down and away. Even that's a good throw. I think Bethancourt is going to beat that one out. So since, you know, even though he's on base, Christian Bethancourt, yeah, all rise. Bethancourt is now in session.
We're not guilty of, we didn't get up early enough. I mean, he's already at second. He's already at the bench, huh? Halfway.
Yeah.
I like it. Alexei Ramirez hitting 8th. Brings a .237 average into this second game of the series. Bethancourt out at second. Popped up. First baseman Freeze in foul territory for the second out. Tonight's game presented by Sony, the leader of 4K Ultra HD. Edwin Jackson, he can help himself. Good hitter. Drafted in the 5th round by, actually the 6th round by the Dodgers 15 years ago as an outfielder. Big arm. And they converted him to working on the mound, as they've done with many of their prospects. Takes a strike. He's 4 for 10 as a Padre and a couple of RBIs. Breaking ball away.
Well, you can see what Vogelsong is trying to do. Fastballs in, breaking balls away. So when you take a look at the pitch selection for this year, you know, the fastball 56%. Opponent's only hitting 164, but look at the curveball. It means he's leaving it over the zone, up in the zone. The cutter almost 300 and the changeup. So fastball
Ripped to third and right through the third baseman, gone. And here comes Bethancourt around third to score, and the Padres take a 2-0 lead. That low line drive eating up Gong at third base. We'll see how they score it, but the Padres nevertheless have 2 on the board in the first inning again tonight, as they scored 2 last evening. They're going to rule it an error. That's unusual scoring here in Pittsburgh. It depends on if it's a Pittsburgh hitter. Now, if that had been a Pittsburgh hitter, that would have been called a base hit.
Yeah, that was a 2-hopper, and then it stayed down on the ground, and Gong cannot come up with it. In fact, a play like that on the Gong show, you're going to get gonged. You're going to get thrown off stage.
Well, a couple of errors helping the Padres here in the second inning. Jackson winds up at first base. No RBI, obviously. And top of the order, Janowski singled his first at bat. Leadoff double, single by Bethancourt, infield hit, and a couple of errors by the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the San Diego Padres enjoy a 2-0 lead here in the second. I say that about the score here because last night a routine ground ball was hit to Will Myers at first base, and he bobbled it, then kicked it, and they called that an infield hit, and that ball wasn't hit nearly as hard as the one Jackson just scorched toward third. But it gave a Pirate a base hit. Myers next. If Janowski can keep it going.
You know, if I was a position player and there was a questionable call, I would call the official score directly and say, you know what, I will gladly take the error to help out my pitcher. That's an earned run if he comes around to score.
As it turned out, it should have been an unearned run. Janowski tops it right back to the mound, and the inning comes to an end. But the Padres, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, lead 2-0. In the second, and it's time now for the top tier player profile, brought to you by Arco. Gregory Polanco, look at his numbers for the last 2 years prior to this season, hitting .249, 16 home runs for the entire year. This season, hitting much higher at .281, and his home run last night, he's got 16 already this season.
Yeah, he's getting better and better and more comfortable up at the plate and doing some serious damage. I mean, look at the frame. He gets that body in motion, he gets the arms extended. That's what he's going to do. Deep right center field for the 3-run shot.
An 0-2 pitch that Luis Perdomo regretted.
I mean, look at how much taller he is than Harrison and all his other teammates there. Almost, you know what? Almost Claudell Washington-like. C-dub.
He's 6'5". Harrison is 5'8". There is a big difference. Perdomo, who disappointed. A lot of good things about him again, but gives up the home run ball, and that cost him the game. Middle three of the order, Polanco, then Freeze and Gong here for the Pirates in the second. Spins in a 75-mile-an-hour pitch for a first strike.
Not a bad choice going with the curveball early.
Another strike.
Looked like a slider that time at 86. So going soft early.
With 2 strikes, Rosales leaves his position at third and joins his teammates over on the right side in the shift. Only Ramirez left on the left side. Got him. Off speed breaking pitch. Bethancourt has to record the out at first. 2-3. And that's the first out here in the second as we check our tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks.
Well, I think we just saw it from Edwin Jackson, but let's go back to the last start. What is key is the slider. Watch the movement down, but it's where it's at. 2 strikes. He gone. Away. Does he bounce this one? No, just off the ground a little bit, but look at the swings of these hitters. Way off balance. Getting ahead, putting them away with the slider, and we just saw that to Gregory Polanco.
David Freeze takes outside and low, ball 1.
And here it is. Let's check it out of the hand. Slider. Nice block by Bethancourt.
Freeze hitting .282 with 11 home runs. Free agent signee by the Bucks in the offseason. Worked with the Angels last year and hit .257. Originally signed by the San Diego Padres 10 years ago, a 9th-round pick. He goes around. 1-2. Success with the Cardinals. Had 3 hits last night without really squaring any ball up. 3 singles. Found all the holes. Does not go. Now the Pirates with the Cubs running away in the National League Central. 8 straight wins for Chicago. 70 victories on the season. 29 games above 500. Pittsburgh finds themselves 13.5 out of first. Inside, full count. But the good news for Bucco fans, they're only 2.5 games out of the wild card position. Solarte, no word yet from the clubhouse as to why he was taken out of the lineup.
You know what's strange? You mentioned the 2.5 games out of the wild card, but you don't seem to feel the buzz here at the ballpark like we did in years past, last 3 years. And the last 3 years here were electric. Sure, it was the old one and done in the wild card, but for Clint Hurdle and his Pirates 25, you just don't feel like it's the same type of buzz, even though they're 2.5 out of the wild card.
Well, the Cubs have taken a lot of belief out of everyone in that Central Division.
Garrett Cole, contributing factor into that rotation for the Pirates.
He's had a substandard season. And a one-out walk, first base runner for Pittsburgh. Time now for the Quicken Loans Rocket Arms. Edwin Jackson has had the rocket arm against these Pirates, striking out as many against this team as any other opponent. He's seen them all. Starter for 9 different major league teams, and he's been on 11 different major league rosters.
And you can see why the 73 strikeouts. He still has the good slider. We've seen that. The fastball, 95, 96. He's only 32 years old.
Went through 8 innings against Milwaukee without walking a man. He was very excited and proud of that. Gives up one here to Freeze. Gong, as a rookie last year, coming here from the Korean League, Gong produced a solid season. He had 287 with 15 homers.
Holy cow. That is utterly disgusting. Looks like Edwin is trying to work that cut fastball too. That fastball's got a little bit of run away to the right-handed hitters.
Gong's average this year considerably down from a season ago, hitting .233, but with power, 11 homers. 2-0 Padres. We're in the bottom of the second. Ground ball to third. Could be 2. Rosales to second. Schimpf to first. A double play. Around the horn. 5-4-3. And we go to the third. Padres leading 2-0. Back with our memorable moment in Padres history, brought to you by Geico. Last year when the Padres were here against Pittsburgh, the grounds crew at PNC had an epic battle with Mother Nature during a storm. One worker swallowed by the tarp as it caved in on itself. That's when multiple players, including Andrew McCutchen and Sean Rodriguez, raced from the edge of the field to rescue the worker. That was a scary moment. Thankfully, no one was hurt, and he is now known as Tarp Man.
Hey, that's a scary moment. You know, we can laugh about it now, but arg, matey.
Suffocate them.
Yeah, no kidding. Very, very scary.
Padres top of the third. Will Myers leads it off. Struck out the first time. Took a third strike. Takes another strike. 1-1. Myers, Rosales, and Dickerson for the Padres in the third. Line foul out of play. In his 7-game hitting streak, batting .429. A couple of home runs.
Oh, that'll play. talked to Will before the game. You know, he likes hitting at Petco Park. He says he loves hitting here.
Inside. 2-2.
There's that batter's eye with the shrubbery. You see Pirates there. It's beautiful as I mess up once again with the telestrator.
No, you just kind of circled with an arrow around Pirates. I got it. Another called third strike. And twice Myers caught looking. Not convinced it was a strike.
Well, let's check out what Vogelsong goes to. Is it the fastball? It is the fastball. The outside corner. The first at bat got him with a breaking ball.
Let's check. The pitch was just nudging the outside edge. Too good to take. Rosales batting for the first time. Solarte popped to short and then didn't go on to the defensive position in the second inning. We still have not received word as to why. Not serious enough for him to be back in the training room. Line drive, right field, carrying to Polanco. 2 away. Julie Alexandria, what do you have for us?
Hey guys, well, a little bit of clarity, if you can call it that, with the Solarte situation. Per the Padres, they're saying that it is not injury related and that he's in the dugout. There he is. You see him right there. And hopefully I'll have more clarity for you on that after the game.
It's interesting. He in his one at bat popped to short. We didn't see anything seemingly in that at bat. Alex Dickerson struck out swinging the first time.
Talking to pitching coach Darren Balsley. Looks like we're seriously talking about some baseball, huh?
Maybe it was a hit and run sign that he missed. That you wouldn't bench a guy for missing it, would you? Coaching from the day they get out of bed at the hotel. There's a high fly ball foul. Well out of play. While Balsley's duty primarily with the pitchers, you know, every coach on Andy Green's staff is coaching all the 25, not just their specialty. Pulled foul, pass first. Padres got Alex Dickerson from Pittsburgh. Sent the right-hander Miles Mikolas and Jeff Decker, the outfielder. Mikolas was up with Pittsburgh last year in their minor leagues. Up the middle, through the legs of the pitcher, but right to the shortstop Mercer, who throws him out. 1-2-3. The Padres story in the third. They lead it 2-0. right, thanks, gents. It looks as if that battle for the top spot in the National League West is going to go right down to the final games of the season, and the Padres might well have a hand in making the decision. They're going to be spoilers as we get to September for some of the top teams. Bottom of the third, Cervelli, the catcher, leads it off. Then Mercer and the pitcher Vogelsong. 2-0, Edwin Jackson, and the Padres with the lead.
Well, I think that's going to be a seesaw battle till the end. I mean, it's going to boil down to who's going to have the better bullpen. You know, the Clayton Kershaw situation, obviously that's an issue.
If he comes back healthy, then the Dodgers probably have the edge, don't you think? Zach Greinke came back last night, and Arizona immediately gets a win, and they certainly need victories. They're on the bottom of the NL West. Greinke with a 5-3 win. He's delivered 11 wins, 3 losses as a D-back. Two and one.
Got to get on top of that ball and work downhill for Edwin Jackson. He knows that the last 4 pitches of this at bat, the whole pitch sequence up in that zone. And these are the accounts that we mention all the time that pitchers have to avoid. 3-1, 2-0.
And foul back by Cervelli. Since the All-Star break, Brandon Belt hitting under 200 and striking out a lot. Johnny Cueto, hard to believe that he's 0-2. It just looks like he's an automatic victory when he toes the slab. And Samardzija, he was the winner today, but 1-3 in 5 starts. It's got to improve if they're going to entertain hopes of winning the West or picking off one of the wild card spots.
You know, it's almost inevitable because every team goes through streaks like this. It's when those streaks happen and how quickly you can bounce back. And a lot depends on the other team that you're fighting against.
Cervelli.
Oh, did you see what he just did? That was so sincere. He pointed out, he looked at it, and when Jackson tapped himself on the chest, he goes, "Sorry about that, my bad," as if, well, sorry for taking too much time.
And he gets a walk. Leadoff walk, never a good thing for any pitcher. Second walk given up by Jackson.
Well, one thing I learned in broadcasting school is you should never speculate. Well, this is the Solarte at bat, right? He pops it up, runner on first, right? Still the bat's in hand. Okay, he's flipping the bat, not even halfway down the line. Now, if that ball drops, if you drop that ball, and once again, I'm not speculating. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing here and trying to relay it. If that ball, they let it drop, I mean, there's a chance that possibly could be a double play. So we'll just have to wait and see. Broadcasting 101. Don't speculate.
Yeah, but Green does not tolerate that kind of action. We've already seen it with Paul Clemens, the pitcher, not running out a bunt and was yanked from the game. And you're not too good to run 90 feet. And Green is trying to send a message to the entire clubhouse. Hey, we got to hustle. You know, it's not that hard to run all the way to first base. Yep. I think your speculation is right on.
You know what, Dick? I'll never forget in spring training when Al Rosen was the general manager, and you knew Al back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Great player in his day with the Indians.
Third baseman.
And he spoke in front of the team. He goes, "Gentlemen, I ask that you just give me 90 feet. Bust your you-know-what for 90 feet. That's all I ask." And it's not that tough, as you mentioned.
Jordy Mercer fouls it back. He's quite a story. He's from a little town, Taloga, Oklahoma. His high school class had 5 boys and 2 girls, 7 in his graduating class.
Boy, the prom, that's tough odds going to the prom, isn't it?
Got to go as a total team. Matriculated at Oklahoma State and makes his way all the way to the big leagues. Good hitter here at PNC. Career hitting .310. Ground ball weakly to second. Only one play. and Schimpf to first for the out as Cervelli moves up to second. And that'll bring up Vogelsong. So the injury occurred as a hitter. This is the first time at home he's going to enter that batter's box since he was struck in the face by Jordan Lyles. See, he's wearing that protective gear on the helmet. Career hitter 143. His home run came last year, and it was the oldest that any pitcher had hit a home run in Giants history. 38 years plus.
Hey, this is a big step for Ryan Vogelsong right here.
A lot going through his mind. He kind of stepped out of there. I think just to assimilate all that's going through his thoughts. Runner at second, one out. Well, Jackson helped himself with a Hartsmaster third. It was ruled an error against Gong. Scored a run. Vogelsong has a chance to answer here with the man at second. Outside. Good cut.
Hey, really good hack.
Clint Hurdle. He's an outstanding hitter at Florida high school. You ask him what else can he do, it doesn't matter. He hit so well. He couldn't run well. They called him Hurdle the Turtle.
How about a breaking ball down and away right here?
Got him. And two away. That's a second strikeout for Jackson. Let's go back to last night, a key play. Josh Harrison hung up between first and second and was able to do an acrobatic slide around Schimpf. He slips. Now the throw to first. Then he's going to hit to second. The ball's there in time. Looks like he's going to be out. Watch the left hand. Oh, no, you didn't get me. And the right hand grabs the bag.
Great slide. And with instant replay, challenges out there. Hey, you have to apply the tag.
Fly to right field his first time.
We're going to talk more about that in a little bit with Coach Eddie Rodriguez later in the telecast. So stay tuned for that one. Some tips as an infielder.
359 lifetime average against San Diego. Sees that SD and his eyes brighten. Two outs. Runner at second. He's a fire plug at 5'8". Harrison. Currently in a modest 5-game hitting streak. Former Bearcat at the University of Cincinnati. Vogelsong has gotten through his first at bat at home with all the emotional weight. Up high.
Whoa. Bettencourt had difficulty catching that one. Came out of the crouch a little bit.
Check of Cervelli at second. The 2-1 pitch is swung on. It's 2-2.
Oh, he's got good action on the slider tonight. You see Harrison and the reaction of the hitter. That tells it all. How the hand looks like the fastball. They're on it, and all of a sudden they get to that point. The point in overturn, they can't hold up and trying to hold on and reach for it. But It's the break that gets him in the tilt.
Bridge in the background is the Clemente Bridge, one of 445 here in Cincinnati, and unable to span the gap on that swing is Harrison. A couple of strikeouts. Edwin Jackson then through 3. The Pirates are hitless. Padres baseball brought to you by Sequan Casino. Sign up for the new Padres club card today. By Jack in the Box. Try the new Smoky Jack. Taste it before it's gone. And by Mercury Insurance. We're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com today. Looking across the Allegheny into beautiful PNC Park. And the Padres with a 2-0 lead as we enter the top of the 4th inning. Couple of runs on a couple of hits and 2 Pittsburgh miscues in the 2nd inning. Shim flying to left his first at bat. He'll be followed by Blash and Bethancourt here in the Padre 4th. Low ball 1. Since the All-Star break, the combination of Schimpf and Dickerson with 11 home runs. Not bad for a couple of rookies. In fact, the best first-year duo in the big leagues.
Everybody's starting to feel more comfortable, and adjustments need to be made. Is that even a phrase, Professor? Need to be made.
Yeah, mated. You know, you get
Mated?
together.
I just made up a word.
Yeah. No, mated means getting together.
Oh, yeah. With a T. That's right.
Oh, you had it with a D.
Yeah.
Oh, then you did make up a word.
Adjustments need to be made. And hey, at this level, they need to happen quickly. They've been pounding Ryan Schimpf inside more with the fastball.
Count in his favor, 3-0. And a leadoff walk for the Padres. That's the first walk today from Vogelsong. Well, it became official today that Prince Fielder announced his retirement. What's interesting, look at the home run totals. The son Prince and the father Cecil Fielder. 319 home runs each.
Wow. And the RBIs, I mean, 20 off there. And then the OPS, scary. And man,
that neck surgery very serious, and he just can't pass his medical now. Prince Fielder, terrific hitter. We wish him well in his next life. Jabari Blash doubled into the left field corner and scored a run in the 2nd.
You know, I remember with the Mariners, when I was with the Mariners in '92, and we played the Tigers, and there was this kid out on the field taking batting practice early, and he was throwing the ball around, and the word got around that said that was Cecil's son, Prince, and I think he was like 8 years old. There's been a picture floating around the internet. This wasn't the day that I saw him, but
Blash fouls it away, 0-2.
so comes to the ball yard with his dad. And that's Alan Trammell in the background right here. Can't see Alan's face, but that's Alan Trammell as Prince is wearing the Tiger hat, the New York Giants t-shirt, and the Cubs Zubaz pants.
Got all bases covered.
Yeah.
Well, he had more than a good career.
Well, certainly did.
2 strikes now on Blash. Up high, wouldn't bite. Last 7 games, a couple of home runs. Backs away from 88. Fastball inside. 50 pitches now for the veteran Vogelsong. 39 years young, Vogelsong. A couple of true vets. Jackson, 32, seems like he's older because he's been around with so many teams. Another strikeout for Vogelsong, his 4th. 1 away. Christian Bethencourt.
Vogelsong likes to go up the ladder with the fastball with 2 strikes. On the inside part of the plate as well. Out of the hand, it looks very, very inviting to a hitter.
Bethencourt, a very good runner for a catcher. Swinging bunt toward third. Vogelsong hustled to the ball and off balance throw to first. Probably wouldn't have gotten him even with a perfect throw. And he threw it away, and that allowed another run to score. At that time, Blash was at second base, came all the way around to score. Bethencourt made it to second on the throwing error. And then he scored on the error charge to the third baseman Gone on the ball hit by Jackson. Over the mound. 6-3 double play. Padres hit into 4 double plays last night. That's the first tonight for them.
Yeah, I like to go out, and the first thing I do is check the warning track, see how long the warning track is during BP and stuff like that, see how many steps I have on a deep fly ball to, I bump into the wall. I do that. I check the hops. Tarek Brock, our outfield coach, is great with hitting ground balls, and he even goes out there and walks around and sees if there's any, sprinkler heads or anything like that to be aware of. So we get a pretty good little breakdown before we even step foot out there.
I asked Travis Janowski how he prepares for different outfields while on the road. But of course, he's no stranger to PNC Park. As a native of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, he grew up going to games here. He remembers one in particular. It was a Jason Kendall bobblehead giveaway. That was back in 2002. And he remembers sitting all the way up in the nosebleed seats. But he's a big fan of this park, loves the skyline, loves the city, and of course, the rivers and bridges as well.
Yeah, thank you, Julie. That ties in with the fact that we're in the nosebleed seats here in our broadcast booth at PNC. Maybe they just had something against broadcasters. They wanted to get us as far away from everyone else as they could, and they succeeded. Bottom of the fourth, 2-0 Padres. Jackson goes to work. He'll face Marte, McCutchen, and Polanco. Three tough hitters in the Pirates lineup. Marte grounded to third his first time. Jackson with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts so far. Line drive to left field. That's going to chase Dickerson to his right and makes the catch. A line out off the bat of Marte.
Yeah, that's a good read by Alex Dickerson. That ball is going to be hooking towards that left line.
Brings up Andrew McCutchen. He popped the short his first time. Pirate fans are waiting for his bat to awaken. 4 years, average 311, down to 242 this year. Slugging percentage down 130 points.
You know, a big conundrum why Andrew McCutchen's numbers are the way they are, even defensively. Very suspect defensively as well.
Pulls that foul. The shift is on. Some are suggesting that he is intent on pulling everything, and with the shift this year more and more every at bat, that he's grounding into a lot of outs and just will not go to the opposite field, even though there's plenty of room to hit there. Lee Myers about 18 feet off the bag. .250 against the shift, so he's even hitting worse without the shift. But I mean, that doesn't factor in what that shift does mentally to a hitter.
You know, another aspect we tend to forget sometimes, that these guys are human beings too. I mean, who knows what's going on the outside world of Andrew McCutchen? I mean, there's a lot to be said there. What's going on between the ears of these guys? They have lives, they've got families. That, you know, I'm not saying that's the case, but you know, there's a lot to weigh.
It's a good point. I mean, it's for all of us, for fans listening now, for us. You know, people say, "How you doing today?" And the automatic answer is, "Oh, great." When sometimes it isn't great. It's awful. I'm cranky. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and McCutchen is number 4 in the strikeout column for Edwin Jackson.
And it could be between the ears as far as when he steps in that batter's box, because this swing right here, it's a high breaking ball. It's a little cutter, elevated, outer half, and not the swing that we're used to be seeing from Andrew McCutchen. Very vulnerable right now, and Edwin Jackson is taking care of that.
Gregory Polanco struck out swinging the first time, went after a ball in the dirt. Jackson now with 51 pitches. 2 gone here in the fourth. He's leaning on a 2-0 lead. Inside. Going back to Solarte being yanked from the game after popping up and not running it out. And it's an obvious point, but I want to make it anyway because it applies all the way down to Little League. That if you allow somebody not to run out a pop-up, you're telling your whole team it's okay not to hustle.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter if you're the star or not. You got to show some punishment and make a point. Bounces in 2-0.
No question. And the point I want to make is that after what Andy Green said about Paul Clemens, he made it clear to the team, you think that would stick. And you'd want to do that. You'd want to run it out. Give him 90 feet.
Yeah, the future is in terrific hands. The more I watch Andy Green work, the more I like what I see in every way.
He's dialed in.
2-0 to Polanco. He didn't go. 3-0. couple of walks. The only base runners allowed by Edwin Jackson. Three and one. His father, U.S. Army Sergeant First Class, retired. Jackson. You know, they've been following all different sports, and you hear about a young guy being the son of a military man. You know, automatically, oh, that's why he's yes, sir, and why he seems to carry himself a little differently. Ground ball to first. Myers with the second half will take it to the bag himself, and a 1-2-3 inning, the fourth for Edwin Jackson after 4 in Pittsburgh. Padres lead it 2-0.
It's going to be emotional, you know. It's you know, I was driving down the road the other day and went through the turnpike, and the guy at the toll booth was like, "Hey man, we're all pulling for you, you know, good luck. We hope you're feeling better." So stuff like that makes you want to go out and pitch really good. And so I'm excited to get back out there in front of the home fans here and just show everybody that I really am okay and pitch a great game.
A very emotional moment as Ryan Vogelsong stepped back into the batter's box here at PNC Park for the first time since being hit in the face by the pitch. He said that his wife, Nicole, said she is not ready to have him pitching here at PNC without her in the stands. So she is here tonight rooting him on. And he really credited all of his teammates for checking in with him on a daily basis, even though he wasn't able to play all throughout the rehab process, just making sure that he was okay.
All right, thank you, Julie. He goes back to work, and he is pitching well tonight. Allows 2 unearned runs. One of the errors his own, and only 3 hits. Walked 1, struck out 4. Eric Fryer is the new catchers. So Cervelli, remember when he stepped out of the batter's box, looked as if he was having trouble with a contact or something with his eye, and Clint Hurdle has replaced him with Eric Fryer.
That kid should be on the Padres, shouldn't he? Fryer, even though it's spelled differently.
That's exactly a good point. Fryer for the Friars. Alexei Ramirez, 1-1, leads off here in the top of the 5th inning. Outside. Edwin Jackson to follow, and then the top of the order, Janowski. 3 Padre hits, all single, or no, 2 singles, Janowski and Bethencourt, and the double by Jabari Blash. Ground ball to third. Convenient hop for Gong. 1 away.
Hey, want to know how the Chargers offensive line is shaping up for the season and who's standing out of training camp? We'll find out on the season debut of Behind the Bolt. And what a better guy to tell you all about it. There's Nick Hardwick tonight after Padres Live right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
And good luck to the Chargers as they start their exhibition season in Tennessee on Saturday night. Jackson hit it sharply right at Wong in the second inning. It handcuffed Wong, went as an error, and the Padres scored their second run on the play. No RBI for Jackson, who has a couple. Takes a strike. Day game tomorrow, fans. 9:30 in the morning. We'll be with you here on Fox Sports San Diego. High fly ball into shallow center. McCutchen comes in, puts it away for the second out.
MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you've come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. Includes a free subscription to the At Bat Premium and one app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details.
So Janowski taking his time before getting into the batter's box to get Jackson back in the dugout. 2 outs, bases empty here in the 5th. So our time tomorrow morning, 9:30. Christian Friedrich will be on the mound for the Padres, 4-7 against Jameson Taillon, rookie pitcher for Pittsburgh. And then the Padres will take their charter flight to the Big Apple and open a 3-game series against the Mets on Friday night.
Christian Friedrich's got the old electrodes working. He's going Frankenstein on us.
Sure that's not one of those copper marks. Janowski takes strike 1. It's 1-1. Another strike. He's picking the corners.
Got a game break coming up. LA Phillies from Los Angeles. The Titans against Los Dodgers.
Yeah, the Dodgers knew that the Giants had won in Miami when they were playing the Phils. Day game. This is a very interesting day in Dodger history. Get a moment we can share it with you. 2-2 to Janowski. He's caught looking. And a 1-2-3 inning, the 5th for Ryan Vogelsong. So San Francisco, Mike, a 1-game lead again atop the NL West as we go to the home half of the 5th inning here in Pittsburgh. David Freese leads it off against Edwin Jackson. Freese walked the first time. Ground ball to short. Right at Ramirez. He gobbles it up and throws him out. Jackson in command. He's allowed 2 base runners. One of those erased on a double play. A couple of walks. And a total of 4 strikeouts.
Well, he's going to the slider down and away, and it's been a very effective pitch. Swings and misses, some grounders. And even when it's elevated a little bit, it's the movement that gets the hitter swinging and missing.
And time for In the Driver's Seat. Brought to you by Kia. And Jackson, yeah, he's got a good grip on that wheel tonight. 4 1/3. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. The rest zeros. Jung Ho Gong bounced into a 5-4-3 double play his first at bat. He's a model of consistency in terms of his home run swing. In Korea, in 9 years, he averaged 15+ home runs a season. Comes to the big leagues here, and last year as a rookie for the Pirates, how many home runs did he hit? 15. He's got 11 this year, so he's pretty consistent. You almost can write in that 15 in the home run column for this guy. Good pitch, 1-2.
He's got a good feel for that breaking ball down the way, and that's exactly what he's trying to do here to Gong. Peppering that outside corner at the knees.
Eric Fryer will follow.
Ooh, pretty good pitch.
Yeah, that caught plenty of the corner, but not the call. That high outside corner, probably your pitchers get less of that call than any other spot in the zone. Tough for an umpire. Looks high and outside.
Yep.
So 2-2. High and a full count. Well, let's check our Cholula flamethrower. How about it, Mark?
Well, we know that Edwin Jackson can get up there mid-90s. Can he go higher than 95? Do we have him at 95 or above? Oh, 94. Okay, that's hot sauce. Hot sauce. Avoiding the bats of these buccos tonight.
Full count. Ground ball just fair. No, foul is a call. Rosales gets it across in time. That was just at the corner of the bag. And ruled foul. We're talking about this date in Dodger history. In 1995, you'll remember this, Mark Grant. The Dodgers had to forfeit the game to the St. Louis Cardinals, as you see again just how close it was, but foul. Remember, it was ball night, and the fans started throwing the balls on the field. Yep. They warned them once. They started again. Middle of it, they warned them twice. In 9th inning, they did it again. You're out of there. Yep. Forfeited the game on ball night at Dodger Stadium. Out of play.
That's probably an event that you should hand out the baseballs when fans leave the ballpark. Seat cushion night was never a good idea.
No, those things sail so beautifully.
They make a great frisbee. Oh, this guy got some barbecue or something all over him.
That foul ball. Face looking good.
Head wound Harry.
3-2 and a bouncer.
Great
ball
SNL,
4.
Great SNL skit. Love head wound Harry.
Third walk from Jackson with 1 out. And that brings up Eric Fryer, who came in for Cervelli, the catcher.
Watch the plate of food here. Is Cha-Cha here. Loses the right into the
Can't blame anyone but himself. It's like the pie on the walk-off home runs where the other guys do it, not you. You don't do it to yourself.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Fryer has been up just 74 times. Total on the year as a Pirate, just 36 with 7 hits, hitting .222, .297 overall with the Cardinals and the Pirates.
I think good sliders down and away here should maybe induce a grounder.
Top of the zone, 1-1.
Getting a little help from his friends there, getting cleaned up, nice.
A ball and a strike to Fryer. Ground ball to short, could be 2. There's 1. Back to first base, a double play. Second turn tonight by the Padre infield, and through 5, Edwin Jackson, and the Padres leading 2-0. Leading 2-0. Here's the Harrah's game summary. Christian Bethancourt with Blash at second base. Swinging bunt single. Vogelsong throws it away. Blash scores. It's 1-0. And then the pitcher, Edwin Jackson, a smash to third off the ankles of Gong, the third baseman. And around third comes Bethancourt to score. And the Padres have the 2-0 lead behind Edwin Jackson, who has walked 3 and struck out 4 through 5 innings. And nothing but zeros up there in that H column against Edwin Jackson so far tonight. Will Myers, up twice, has stared at strike 3 both times. 5 strikeouts total for Vogelsong. 4 of his 5 punch-outs looking. Edwin Jackson pitching a beauty tonight. Myers pops it up on the right side. Second baseman Harrison calls and makes the play. Andy Rosales has popped to short, well, line to right. Adam rather has lined to right field. His only at bat, he came in for Jan Solarte after Solarte popped up in the first inning.
Time to change the shirt.
T-shirt toss.
It's all good. Todo bien.
Toss, boss. I guess he had the right shirt. He suddenly tossed it on himself. Bunt try by Rosales. Kicks foul.
Now the question is, does he go back to the concession stand and get another full plate? I mean, he just wasted all that other stuff.
Yeah, you can't quit now.
I'd go get a full plate of grub and a social sparkler.
Two nothing Padres. 1 gone now in the 6th inning.
Not a bad idea by Adam Rosales trying to bunt down there. Gong at third base playing beyond the bag.
The inside.
I think he's hungry. I think he's going to go get some more.
Yeah, we'll check to see what he comes back with. Maybe something a little less juicy. A ball, 2 strikes. Vogelsong will not throw many in the heart of the plate. You watch that box tracks and he just paints it around the edges of the zone. Pulled deep short, gloved by Mercer, and he throws him out. 2 away. It's time now for greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. MLB news and notes on this Wednesday in midsummer. And Jeff Samardzija goes 5 2/3 as the Giants eke out a 1-0 win at Miami. Jeremy Hellickson handcuffs the Dodgers in a 6-2 win. And Carlos Gomez, how about this, designated for assignment today by the Houston Astros. Man, he's a valued property a couple years ago, Milwaukee and then to Houston.
Going down south quickly.
Not always the most popular player when he was on the other side, but you liked him when he was on your side.
Yeah, that was the word on the street. Guys that played with him said they played hard. Good teammate.
Dickerson takes inside, 1-1. Alex has struck out and grounded to short tonight. Two and 1. A workmanlike job for Ryan Vogelsong. The 2 runs are unearned. His throwing error and a boot by Gong at third, leading to the 2 Padre runs in the second. Sharply hit and gloved nicely by Freese. 3-1 on the putout. Another 3-up, 3-down inning for Vogelsong. Middle of the 6th in Pittsburgh. 2-0 San Diego. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go, and by your San Diego County Lexus dealers. Warm, humid summer's night here in Pittsburgh. And looking out across the Allegheny that borders the right field area of PNC Park. Edwin Jackson working on a beauty as we go to the 6th inning. Only 2 base runners, a walk to Freese in the 2nd and a walk Gong in the 5th. Mercer, Vogelsong, and Harrison to bat here in the 6th inning, unless we have a pinch hitter for Vogelsong. Outside, ball 1. Indeed, Matt Joyce is in the on-deck circle. That's Vogelsong working 6 solid innings. His night is through. Mercer grounded to second his first time. 2-0. Pretty good pitch.
Yeah, didn't get the corner on that one. Very good pitch.
Foul tip. 2-1. 91 on the fastball from Jackson.
You know, that fastball's got a little bit of cut out of the hand of Edwin Jackson tonight. That's been a very, very good pitch for the right-hander as Juan Nicasio heats up for the Buccos.
Moved back to the bullpen. He was the starter earlier in the season. 2-1. Fouled out of play. It's interesting. There are games where it seems like every hitter fouls 3-4 balls off. A game like tonight, that was almost stunning that a ball went into the crowd. It's swings are putting balls in play or a strikeout. It's been rare to see a foul ball. Two-two pitch. Watch out. And we say that, and then a screaming line drive comes in there. That fans were applauding. Someone made a very good play with the glove. He saved somebody else. Yeah, yeah, hubba.
You bet.
There's our. I think I know who our fan of the game is going to be. Back to work. 2-2 the count. Oh, you go on the road and you bring your glove with you. That's good thinking. Sliced down the right field line, and that'll be a souvenir. .74 pitches for Jackson to get into the 6th inning.
He's good for about 130. What'd you think? Oh, he could do it.
Well, when he threw his no-hitter against Tampa Bay, working for the Arizona Diamondbacks, he went 149 pitches, walked 8 men, and threw a no-hitter. Up the middle, and there goes the no-hitter tonight. Mercer with the first Pirates base hit, a solid single to center.
It's all about getting the win and holding these Pirates to no runs. How about working for another ground ball as this one goes right over the rubber into center field. Now the Padres will employ a shift, get another grounder, and roll a double play.
Matt Joyce batting for Vogelsong. Vogelsong's night is through. 6 innings, allowed 2 runs, both unearned, only 3 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 5. Joyce, an acquisition by the Pittsburgh Pirates this year or in the offseason. Ball 1. Hitting .273. With some pop, 12 home runs. Vogelsong did his part. One and one. Joyce spent All of last year with the Los Angeles Angels hit just 174. Granted his free agency and signed a minor league contract with Pittsburgh. Slow breaking ball, doesn't get the call. Well, Jackson has hit the edges a lot tonight. Those pitches not seen quite so favorably by Tom Hallion.
No, he's doing a fine job of going in and out, back and forth, not falling into one little pattern, one certain section of the strike zone. I mean, he's going out here, he's going up here, out here rather, you know, making him guessing.
2-1. Foul back. Joyce has 13 pinch hits this year. He's been a valuable addition off the bench. And he's hit 4 pinch home runs. Mercer at first, no one out here in the 6th. Padres 2, Pirates nothing. Low and a full count.
Oh, he had the right idea. The breaking ball in the dirt, and Christian Bethancourt doing a fine job of smothering that one. Always love to see what is on the mind of the catcher, Christian Bethancourt, in this situation. Fastball away. See if he shakes off. Nope. The old number 1 away.
Got him right down the heart of the plate.
Oh, that ball cut. That ball cut big time.
5 strikeouts for Jackson.
Look at the movement of this ball. Bethancourt gives the old number 1. We can see the rotation a little bit, just cuts a little bit in on the hands. Ends up actually down the middle of the plate. Check that, down the middle of the plate for the swing and miss.
Leadoff hitter Josh Harrison steps up. Ramirez comes in to chat with Jackson and Bethancourt. Harrison is flying to right and struck out tonight.
You know, I see that number 5 on his jersey, and I think of one player, the Mad Dog, Bill Madlock, as a Pittsburgh Pirate. Boy, was he fun to watch.
And they, like Harrison, had that heavy beard.
Right?
As we've documented, he's hitting well not only in August but at home and as a leadoff hitter. Spotted him just where he likes to swing the bat. To third, Rosales has only one play, across for the out. And on to second goes Mercer. There's 2 away.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
The Pirates top hitter, Starling Marte. He's rounded to third and lined to left. Was 0 for 4 last night with a line out and a walk. Second time that Pittsburgh has advanced a runner into scoring position. That's on the inside edge, says Hallion. Marte, a .311 hitter here at PNC on the season. hopper right at Schimpf. Over to Myers, and the inning comes to an end. The no-hit possibilities end, but a one-hit shutout through 6 for Jackson. And a reminder, Saturday on FS1, Andrew McCutchen and these Pirates will be in Los Angeles against the Dodgers. The action begins at 12:30 Pacific time on FS1, or watch it live on Fox Sports Go, and then be with us on Saturday afternoon at 3:30 Fox Sports San Diego for Game 2 of the Padres series with the New York Mets. Juan Nicasio comes in for Pittsburgh. Our pitching change brought to you by El Cajon Ford.
Well, Ryan Vogelsong did quite a good job. Not his doing. 2 runs, as Dick mentioned earlier, no earned runs. So, you know, this bullpen for the Pirates, I still think it's a pretty darn good bullpen. So Nicasio has been a starter before. He throws a fastball, slider, change up. Mid-90s before seamer. Pretty much fastball sliders for the right-hander.
On the season, 12 starts, and this is his 17th appearance in relief. 263 batting average against. He does give up the long ball, 13 home runs in 88 innings. And the Padres need a home run to extend that streak. They've hit one in 18 consecutive road games, the longest string in the majors this year. Schimpf has fly to left and walked. 1-1. Schimpf, Blash, Bethancourt to hit for the Padres in the 7th. Foul tip and caught by catcher Fryer.
Yeah, the Padres are going to have to turn up the dial a little bit when it comes to the old shillelagh. Vogelsong was 89-90.
Longest this year, 18. Longest all time in the National League, 22 straight games by the Nationals. That's a drive into right center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Schimpf races around first to second. McCutchen plays it off the boards. Schimpf into second with a ringing double to right center. Oh, an insurance run would be mighty sweet for the Padres here in the 7th. And there it is, Schimpf again. He doesn't like those singles. He likes the extra base hits.
And you know what? This pitch here, he goes down and gets that. That if taking a ball, but still a great sound. Just dropping the head of that bat, splitting the gap. That's a good way to start this inning and add on.
Hit the board so hard, I swore I saw some ketchup come out of that bottle. All right. Leadoff man on second. Jabari Blash doubled and scored in the 2nd. He struck out the last time. Strike at 94 on the outside. RBI single and a home run last night. A double he scored tonight. late at that one, 95.
You know, mid-90s, and Nicasio throws across his body a little bit too, so there's a little bit of deception thrown in there as well. Looks like he also goes from the third base side more towards the third base side of that rubber, so as a right-handed hitter, he's coming right at you.
Three-pitch strikeout, and Blash takes the long walk. Second time he struck out tonight. So here's Christian Bethancourt. He singled, infield swinging bunt single, and scored a run in the second. Bounced into a 6-3 double play the last time.
Hey, speaking of the home run, Dick, I heard a little nugget today I thought was quite interesting. There's only been one ballpark this year where a home run has been hit in every single game played there. And it took me about 12, 14 guesses to get it right. It's Texas.
Really?
Every game that's been played there's been a home run. It's the only ballpark where in every game there's been a home run hit.
That's a remarkable note.
Yeah.
Time called. Well, two things. One, it's built for the home run hitter, and the other is the home team hits home runs.
Yeah.
Chance to add to the 2-0 lead. The Padres here in the 7th.
A lot of people would think Colorado right off the bat, right? Or a place like Cincinnati.
I was thinking Cincinnati. After Bethancourt, Alexei Ramirez. Way outside, 2-0. So a day game tomorrow to complete the 3-game series here, then to New York for the weekend. But looking ahead, 2 weeks from now, when the Padres come back, they play Arizona for 4 over a weekend, and the Cubs, the winningest team in baseball, will be at Petco Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 weeks away. Chance to see the high-powered Cubbies. Outside again, 3-0 to Bethancourt. With a man at second, Andy Green very likely is giving him the go sign, 3-0 if he likes it.
Hey, if it's right there, go to Hackett.
Off the head of the bat foul.
Yeah, really not the best 3-0 hack. I mean, on that pitch, I should say.
It's one of the cozier new ballparks. The attendance capacity here at PNC is 38,000 plus. They're averaging on the season just under 29,000. Yeah, that was actually ball 4. That was a better pitch. In fact, that was really a good pitch.
Hey, birthday wishes on today. Executive producer, Fox Sports San Diego.
Nicky D, Nick Davis, man, swing baby, and I mean that, cat.
Hey, Nick, it's Mud. Happy birthday.
Check the gifts in the mail.
Yeah.
Takes a while from Pittsburgh. So 3-2 to Bethancourt. Another good pitch.
Couple breaking balls in a row.
I guess it's in the relief pitcher code that you just have to be deliberate. You just can't be reasonable at all about getting the ball and throwing.
I really dislike it when a pitcher really takes too long out there.
So 3-2 again.
I think it's another breaking ball.
And a strikeout. It's 2 in a row. Blash and Bethencourt go down swinging. So it's up to Alexei Ramirez. Schimpf still at second.
It was a slider down and away. Nicasio feeling very comfortable with it, and that's a picture perfect pitch from the right-hander.
Alexei is fouled to first and grounded to third base for his 0 for 2 night. Schimpf feeling like the forgotten man out there at second base. Been out there a good piece of time. There's a line drive left field. Can he score? And it's hit hard. Schimpf's coming around third. Here's the throw. It's going to be close. And he is safe. Terrific throw from Marte, who leads the National League with 12 assists. And Schimpf taking the inside path and able to get that leg on the base before the tag. 3-0 Padres. Solid single Ramirez. Almost hit too hard.
And no reaction from Eric Fryer, the catcher. I don't know whether they're on the phone in the Pirate bench, but let's take another look. As you mentioned, Dick, the great arm from Marte, and then watch the slide. I don't think he ever got him.
The ball actually beat the runner. Got a late tag by the catcher Fryer.
Now Fryer's given him the lane. Okay, now he has to shuffle, give him another lane, and Tom Hallion is all over it. Does he whiff? Watch the left foot when it hits the plate. Still no tag, no tag, no tag.
No tag, and
right there. Ooh.
Right.
Very close, huh?
Yes, it is. Too close. Uncomfortably so.
You know, I think, and Tom Hallion's in a, you know, that's the spot they're supposed to be in, but I think he was screened by Schimpf when the tag was applied.
There were 3 challenges last night. The Pirates won all 3. And I'm afraid it's going to be 4 for 4. That's a big run to make it 3-0, or it's the final out.
Let's see when the glove hits the jersey, if in fact it does.
He misses the leg.
Right there. See the glove move? Now is his foot on the plate yet? That's the question.
I don't think so.
And by that, see where Tom Hallion is? He's kind of screened by Ryan Schimpf because the way he's twisting, trying to get that foot on the plate.
Yeah, that tag is hidden from the umpire. Well, Marte using that strong arm. Usually that's the weak arm in the outfield, the left fielder, but not in the case of the Pirates. All 3 of their outfielders have great arms. And Marte, as we mentioned, 12 assists to lead the National League.
Okay, the glove hits it right there. And then, oh man, is that close?
Is he on the front edge of the plate? Maybe not enough to overturn it.
Exactly.
Padres could use a call here, don't you think?
No question. Absolutely right.
And here comes the decision from New York. Safe. It's 3-0. A clutch base hit by Alexei Ramirez. He winds up at second base on the throw to the plate. Schimpf double, 2-out single Ramirez. Big insurance run. Well, I'm guessing that there just wasn't enough to overturn it. It was that close. So Edwin Jackson now with a 3-0 lead. Safe on an error his first time and fly to center the last. He does get a good swing. Got a man out there at second.
And that's the kind of swing you like. First pitch, it's middle in. Even pitchers like that pitch.
Still feel that the ball that he hit was charged in error at third, handcuffed to gong at third. Could have been called ahead. Outside, 1-1. Here's a word on Francisco Cervelli, the catcher of the Pirates. He left the game with a left wrist discomfort. So maybe a foul tip. Eric Fryer taking over behind the plate. 1-2. Two outs here in the top of the 7th. Got him. Strikes out the side, but Shim Stubble and Ramirez 2-out single produce a third run for the San Diego Padres. Here it is, the insurance tally. Close call. Shim ruled safe, and it's 3-0.
Padres lead by 3 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Check this play out. It happened not on the field, but in the stands. This is Andrew Calesi, and he made quite the play here off a laser by Jody Mercer. How did you do it?
Man, I think the ball kind of caught me. I kind of just reached my glove out, and it kind of just found the glove. Quick reaction.
Quick reaction from a lifelong Padres fan. Now, you have no San Diego connections, is that right? But you're from Pittsburgh. You've come to every single Padres-Pirates matchup since 2001.
Yeah, and they own this ballpark. Since 2001, they won like 14 straight series. We own PNC Park. I'd like to say I play a part in that a little bit, but no, it's huge Padres fans. Go to spring training all the time, go to San Diego, love the Padres.
Well, you kind of did play a part in it, sort of. You were telling me during the break that you were actually a ball boy during spring training for the Padres?
Yeah, I got to be the bat boy in spring training for about 3 years at different times. It was an awesome experience. Shout out to Spencer Dolan, a great man.
That's fantastic. And you even brought your glove. You have 2 balls. You're 2 for 2 tonight because Will Myers threw you a ball.
Yeah, exactly. My little brother sitting back there, he got a ball from Will Myers. A very good night.
This is a banner night for you. All right, well, Andrew, great play here. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Right, thank you, Julie. And Dandy Andy, Padre fan, lifelong.
It was great. Got a chance to meet Andy and his dad and his little brother in the lobby the other day at the hotel, and they were just ecstatic to be here in Pittsburgh. And hey, maybe there's something to Andy being in attendance, helping the Friars out.
1-2 now to McCutchen, who has popped up and struck out tonight. McCutchen, Polanco, and David Freese to hit here in the bottom of the 7th inning for the home side, trailing 3-0. Well, he did make a terrific play. That was instinctive. As he said, the ball caught me. He may have saved somebody's skull with that catch. 2-2 to McCutchen. Shift on. Only Myers on the right side. Yeah, the Padres have had great success here. 33-16 since 2001, the first year PNC Open. Tried to hold his swing, fouls it off. Again, for those of you just joining us, Padres made a player move today. Nick Noonan, a local lad from Poway, has been added to the 25-man roster. Came up from El Paso, where he was hitting .321. Jose Rondon goes back to the Chihuahuas. Softly hit, but right down the middle for a base hit. Almost a check swing single by McCutchen. Second hit of the night for the Buccaneers.
Looked like it was a pitch that was up, and Andrew McCutchen have to be short and quick to this pitch. Looked like a high cutter. Sent it right back where it came from.
So leadoff man on here in the 7th, and Edwin Jackson will be watched closely in this heat and humidity. 90 pitches, and the pressure added to the fact that he didn't allow a base hit through the first 5 innings. And perhaps I'm reading Andy Green's mind. He's going to go out and just ask Jackson, what do you think? How much you got left? Whatever he said, Myers liked the answer.
Yeah, sometimes a manager will go out there and look into the eyes of the starter and just see how he reacts and go with that gut decision. I mean, Edwin Jackson, as I mentioned earlier, he's good for 100+ pitches. He's at 90, but you have to take into consideration the humidity, and there you see the workload. He's done pretty well, Dick. 18 in that 3rd inning. That's the heaviest workload so far tonight.
He's walked 3, struck out 5. Gregory Polanco, who hit the 3-run home run last night, was the decider in the 6-4 Pittsburgh win. Strikeout and a ground out to first tonight. McCutchen, not the base stealer he was when he first came up to the big leagues. Has only 4 this year.
Yes, he did. What did they call that pitch?
Waiting to see. The third base umpire did not give a signal. Plate umpire, I guess, called it a ball.
Wow.
On that half swing, you would have thought at least there would have been the third baseman's involvement, third base umpire's involvement. He's off the plate, but did Polanco go around? Bigger lead, McCutchen. In the dirt, gets away from Bethancourt, and McCutchen advances to second. Wild pitch.
Well, the legs get a little heavy. The arm starts to drag a little bit, and you really have to make an effort to stay on top of the ball. And not, I'm not saying that's the case right here with Edwin, but still, 90, 92 pitches in the night has a tendency to suck some of the life out of you.
Third base runner for the Pirates to reach second tonight. First time with no one out. So that check swing must have been called a strike after all. It's 2-1.
Brad Hand getting loose.
Snaps his bat. He'll go back for a new one. A quick moment here. Send along our sympathies to the family of John Saunders of ESPN, who passed away at too young an age, 61. Very talented guy. Came down to ESPN from Canada. Two and two. Got it. Strikeout number 6 for Edwin Jackson.
You go back to that first at bat against Polanco. I believe it was the same type of pitch, slider slash cutter, down and in, and Polanco cannot connect even to foul that one off. Great movement out of the hand of Edwin Jackson.
And something to remember that Polanco will go after that ball, breaking ball low.
Good chase.
David Freese has walked and grounded to short tonight.
Good double play candidate right here.
It'd have to be a line drive, though.
Yeah,
that'd be okay.
Second baseman.
That'd be all right.
What am I thinking, Professor? There's a man on second base for the love of Pete.
That's
it's
it.
the
that
humidity.
Pete, it's that Pete guy that gets you in trouble.
It's the humidity. Shake yourself, Grant. Need some water.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Fouled at the plate, 0-2.
That'd be something that'll be lining right over the second base bag and shit. Got it.
Send that call to the Hall of Fame. Well, if you think it's warm now, brace yourself for tomorrow, because this open booth with no overhang, and as I recall, the sun for the first 3-4 innings beats right into the booth.
I'm going to bring some clay up here tomorrow and make a pot, and by the end of the day, put some flowers in it. It's going to be so hot. It'll bake like a kiln.
And you just go out and pick some flowers, will you?
Yeah.
Put it in there. The daffodils. 2 strikes the count. Did he go? No.
Pitch.
1-2.
Well, if the pitch didn't get him, the swing should have.
Six strikeouts matches Jackson's high this year of 6 against the Dodgers. Doorstep of number 7. And there it is. A couple of strikeouts here in the 7th inning. 7 total in the game. 2 away to Jung Ho Kong, the Pirates' third baseman.
It seems like the go-to pitch tonight has been that slider from Jackson. Where we focused it earlier, the tools of the trade. Down and away. Nice.
Pirates are missing it, not just by a little, by a lot.
Yep.
Freese was way off that pitch. So was Polanco. Young walked the last time, grounded into a double play the first at bat. Good swing. Pirates have been really tough on the NL West teams. They're 16-9 this year, 10-5 here at home. And they're going to go on their next road trip to both San Diego and, or not San Diego, but San Francisco and Los Angeles. How they do against those two teams will change the character of the West. Outside, 1-1. McCutcheon still out at second with 2 outs. 1-1 pitch. 1-2.
So Dick, let me get this straight. Runner on second. There's 2 outs, right?
Right.
So there's no chance for a double play?
Well, I'd like to say there might be.
Wouldn't it be great if you could like pull a double play and like send it to the next inning?
Yeah, send it out over to the next inning.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt to be creative in this game. 1-2. Line to third. Rosales positioned just right. And that's it for the Bucks in the 7th. We go on to the 8th with the Padres ahead 3-0. All right. Thank you, Mike and Mark. As I recall, Lauer's a left-hander from Kent State. Janowski takes strike 1 from Nicasio. He singled on the very first pitch of the game offered by Vogelsong. He's tapped to the mound and struck out since. 1-1. Janowski, Myers, and Rosales here in the Padre 8th inning. This date in 1944 to show you how this game has changed, right? There've been change. I mean, there's so much is the same, which makes it a beautiful game, but it does change too. On August 10th, 1944, of course, that was in the war years. Red Barrett of then the Boston Braves. Red Barrett. 1-2. Janowski fouls it off. He beat the Reds 2-0 on 58 pitches. Come on. 58 pitches. He wins a game, a 9-inning game.
That's incredible.
It took an hour and 15 minutes. How about that for TOG? Huh?
Was he the player of the game?
The player of the year.
That's incredible.
I mean, that means you're just getting the ball rocking and firing, getting the ball rocking and firing.
And then the contrast of that, remember we talked about it earlier. What was it? Nolan Ryan threw 235 pitches in one inning, an extra inning game. Against Louis, I think it was against Louis Tiant. Tiant threw like 200 some pitches as well.
Amazing, amazing.
Wow. How much? 58 you said?
58 pitches total.
Wow.
Boy, pretty good pitch, but Nicasio doesn't get the call. It's 2-2. Also on this date, Harmon Killebrew hit his 500th home run, the 10th in Major League history to hit 500 at the time. Good baseball day this August 10th. And we were hoping that Edwin Jackson would make it even better. 5 innings and no hit ball. Lined. Fair ball. Bounces off the carom, and here's going to be close play at second now, and he's safe. Only the speed of Janowski could leg that into a double, as Marte came in to play it perfectly off that angle barrier down in shallow left field, and only Janowski sprinting out of the batter's box all the way, thinking double, could beat it out. Look at this.
Just fair. And Marte, as you mentioned, Dick, you know, he knows that outfield. He knows how to play that bounce, and the arm of Marte. Talking about getting rid of it quickly and accurately. Travis is thinking 2 the whole way. Look at the long strides.
No wonder he was an all Pennsylvania wide receiver in his high school days, and he could go out and beat the corners with that kind of burst of speed. So a couple of hits for Janowski tonight, a single and a double, and a chance to add to the 3-0 lead.
Dick, you mentioned it earlier, starting Marte with 12 assists.
Nearly 2 tonight.
Yep, National League leaders.
Will Myers taps one to the right side, and he's 0 for 4 tonight, but that moves a runner to third with 1 out.
Kind of a funky slide at second base with Travis Janowski. I think that left hand, as he kind of rolled a little bit, and I smell a promotion. Travis Janowski, dirty jersey night.
Does he ever have a clean jersey after the first inning?
I remember back in the day they had dirty jersey Eric Owens night, going way back, but Travis is always dirty. Pigpen. Start calling him Pigpen.
Here's Rosales, infield in for Pittsburgh. Inside. Chance for Rosales to pick up an RBI. A hitter's delight, infield tight. .23 runs batted in for the year. Out of play. Well, how about our keys to the game, brought to you by the Honda dealers of San Diego.
Time to revisit. Less slot, more pop. No errors. 3 extra base hits, 3 doubles. I'll take that.
That's good.
And backup Ed. Win. 7 solid frames, only 2 hits, no earned runs, and he punched out 7 Pirates for Edwin Jackson.
Outstanding mark tonight.
Thank you.
1-2 now to Rosales. Padres trying to get that runner in from third, 1 out. Add to the 3-0 lead. Edwin Jackson was outstanding. 2 hit shutout through 7.
Well, he sure has been a pleasure to watch, hasn't he?
How do you figure? I mean, didn't pitch well enough to stay with the club, and on waivers, anyone could have had him. And he comes here and pitches like he should be top of the rotation.
I know I'm very biased, but I'm going to mention one name, and I mention it all the time. You want to take a guess?
Darren Balsley.
You know what? I'm a firm believer in that. I really am.
He's like a perfect surgeon. Just knows right where to go, get rid of the problem, and start anew. Oh no! And after a bad pitch, 2 outs. Rosales out swinging, and it's up to Alex Dickerson. Dickerson has struck out, grounded out twice. And with a left-hander warming up in the bullpen, Clint Hurdle's going to make a pitching move. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning in Pittsburgh, and the Padres trying to add to their 3-0 lead. person plays this game, they love to slide, and we've seen a couple of beauties here in the series. How about Josh Harrison doing the give it, take it away, and eluding a tag? Should have been out. Able to beat the tag by Ryan Schimpf last night, and then Schimpf comes back tonight, able to go to the inside and twist away from the tag made by Fryer, and earns the third run of the game.
We've seen more and more slides like that, and the one that really sticks out in my mind is the steal of home of Melvin Upton Jr. I still think that play in itself and that slide, for me, that's tops, but two good slides by those players in this series.
Bastardo came into the game last night in the 8th inning and was greeted by Will Myers' 22nd home run of the year. He comes in with Janowski at third, 2 outs, and Dickerson the batter. Oh, ball gets away, not far enough for Janowski to try to scamper home. But that gives a little hint at what might happen.
He throws the fastball, slider, changeup. About 91 averaging the fastball for Bastardo. Look at those splits for Alex Dickerson. And the home run pop versus righties is there, but the average.
So he's been able to handle left-handed pitching. Here's another test. Here comes a runner to the plate, and he's safe. Ball gets away from Fryer, and Janowski steals home. Oh my! It's 4-0.
Is that a beautiful thing?
This young guy's legs are something special. Now watch how he picks his spot. Okay, staying like he's going to go back. The starter gets the soft throw back. He had time to get him, but the hurried throw and handcuffed the catcher.
Well, does Travis touch home plate with his hand?
Yeah.
Off and running. Rushed the throw.
Tried to tag him before he caught the ball.
That's beautiful.
A big run, 4-0. That'll be the 25th stolen base of the season for Janowski. Alan Zenter, the hitting coach, who has really helped Janowski becoming a better and better hitter. 2 hits again tonight in a 9-game hitting streak. 2-2. Dickerson. $29,623 here tonight at PNC. Outside, full count.
He makes things happen, doesn't he? Freddie gets on, Freddie scores. I smell a t-shirt.
Hit deep to left field. That'll chase Marte back, and he makes the catch. But Travis Janowski, more and more, you got to keep your eye on him all the time. Looks innocent enough, just kind of dancing there. He sees the throw back to the pitcher, and off he goes. And unable to handle the throw. Catcher Fryer, and the Padres have another run.
go to the bottom of the 8th and want more on San Diego sports? Well, then tonight, watch a special edition of Extra 1360 Fox Sports San Diego from Chargers Park for all the latest NFL news tonight at 10 p.m. on Fox Sports San Diego, presented by Land Rover of San Diego.
Ryan Buchter, the left-hander, comes in out of the pen, and Edwin Jackson, 7 innings, shutout ball, only 2 hits. 2 singles, walked 3 and struck out 7. Sterling effort by the veteran Jackson tonight. Buchter making his 54th appearance. Hitters batting only .171 against Buchter so far this year. Eric Fryer, who replaced Cervelli mid-game.
And Ryan is well rested because the Phillies was last time out. That was back on the 7th. And the splits are just remarkable for Ryan.
Foul back, 1-1.
Back on Sunday.
Here in the 8th, after Fryer, it's Mercer and the pitcher's spot. Clip foul. Again tomorrow, the final game of the series, final meeting between these 2 teams. Christian Friedrich and Jameson Tyone will be on the air at 9:30 back in San Diego here on Fox Sports San Diego. The inside, 2-2. Her mind is off somewhere else. Full count. Padres with a 4-0 lead here in the 8th. Shooting for their 7th shutout of the season. Fly ball, right field, Blash calling. 1 away. Well, is there any doubt about our Carl's Jr. star of the game? Edwin Jackson, 32-year-old senior star. Boy, did he pitch a good one.
Yeah, and the conditions very hot and humid night in Pittsburgh, and it seems like the one pitch that he went to was the cutter. It was the slider. Got a ground ball, stayed off the sweet spot with the bat. Swings and misses tonight, 2 times in a row. Spectacular outings for the veteran right-hander.
The only base hits were both singles right back through the box. Mercer a single, the first hit of the game for the Pirates in the 6th, and McCutchen in the 7th. Sean Rodriguez with the bat is in the on-deck circle for the Pirates. Mercer grounded to second, singled on the ground to center. Janowski has a beat on it, so Blash comes in front of him and makes the catch. Dying fly ball that was slicing toward the right fielder for the 2nd out. And here Sean Rodriguez started last night at shortstop, not his normal position, but delivered a couple of RBIs. Hitting .247 according to the Pittsburgh statistics. Has 11 home runs. Pirates have 6 different players with 10 home runs or more. That's a strike. Shows bunt. Rosales very deep at third base. That's a good pitch. Called the ball.
Yeah, there's been some pitches tonight for both sides.
That was clearly in the strike zone.
Sure was.
Two and two.
I think Will Myers likes seeds. Look at bird cage. Got a bird cage out there at first base.
Got it. Another solid performance by Ryan Buchter. 1, 2, 3, 8th inning, and we go to the top of the 9th inning. San Diego leading here in Pittsburgh by a 4-0 score. Provided by Travis Janowski. This was at home in the Phillies series. A play made here. Solarte at first base. The Phillies looking back, and then they kind of ignore him, and here comes Janowski. And tonight again, the element of surprise forces a quick throw by Bastardo, and the catch is not made by Fryer, and Janowski touches for the 4th run.
Oh, beautiful thing.
Touch play.
Tell you what, the word's getting around the league about Travis Janowski, what he can do when he gets on.
And you know what that is?
What is that, Professor?
The Bill Howe play of the game.
Nice.
Yeah, you can score in a lot of different ways. He's doing it in a rare manner. It's certainly exciting to see. And that comes with a lot of scouting too. You know, he timed that based on when Bastardo turned his back to him, because he'd looked him off.
Right.
High fly ball into shallow center, and McCutcheon comes in to grab it. And Schimpf is out. One away here in the 9th. Jared Hughes is the new pitcher for Pittsburgh. Here's Blash, a double and scored the first time, and he struck out swinging the last 2. 4 runs, 6 hits for San Diego, no errors. 2 runs, 2 hits. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the hometown Pirates. One strike to Blash. Bethencourt to follow. Padres and Pirates have split the first 4 games. San Diego took 2 out of 3 at Petco. Padres trying to get the jump on the season series with a win tonight.
I got a question for you. I'm not an official scorer, okay? But that play we just saw prior to the one tonight against the Phillies, I think that should be a stolen base, because the play was done, right? They had the ball. They were, they were at first. I forgot who the runner was at first base.
Solarte.
But you know, Travis was at third base. Okay, it wasn't a batted ball. Sure, it was a batted ball before that, but he took that base. I don't know. I'm just looking at it like it should be a stolen base. So let's take a look. Okay, now the ball's thrown to first base, right? Okay,
the runner's out, so that out has been recorded. Then he comes in. I think that's a steal. How else do you score it?
Yeah.
Inside to Blash and a full count. Now Janowski has really served the Padres well here since the All-Star break. He's in a 9-game hitting streak. He's making great plays in the outfield. 25 stolen bases, 4th best in the National League. Steal a home. That's spectacular stuff. Three and 2. And Blash with a walk. 1 out here in the ninth. Jared Hughes gives up his first base runner. And that'll bring up Christian Bethancourt. So the Padres up there on top. Pittsburgh, then the Mets for the weekend, then down to Tampa Bay for 3, and then back home for 4 games at Petco with the D-backs, and then the Chicago Cubs. And I know those tickets are going quickly. A lot of Cubs fans want to get a close look at the winningest team in baseball. They'll be there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the 22nd, 3rd, and 4th. Bethancourt pops it high in the air. Second baseman Harrison squeezes the second out.
So Dick, getting back to that play, we have clarification from the guys in the truck who are great, Jason Lewis and Chiron Bob Wersdorfer. Because remember, Solarte turned towards second,
right?
So he's a hot potato, right? So in essence, that's kind of guy in a pickle. So then that's why it was a continuation play. Why Travis took home plate. Anyway, you look at it, it's a run, right?
And it was still a stealing run.
Yeah, I think so. I say give him a stolen.
Whether he gets an SB or not. Ramirez with a big RBI single in the 7th inning with the Padres leading 2-0. Schimpf had doubled the lead off the inning, a couple of outs, and Ramirez able to bring Schimpf around with a sharp single to left field. They made it 3-0. And the Janowski steal a home 4-0. Brett Wallace is in the on deck circle. Should Ramirez keep it going here in the top of the 9th. Top of the order for the Pirates in the last half of the 9th inning. One ball, one strike. Jose Dominguez has been used more and more by Andy Green, building confidence in the skipper. Oh, just did twist and get back. He was leaning the other way, Blash. Two and one, the matchups in New York. Clemens is going to go Friday night against Logan Verrett. Saturday it'll be Cosart for the Padres, Jacob deGrom for the Mets. Steven Matz will pitch on Sunday for New York, and the Padres have yet to announce their pitcher. It could be Clayton Richard. Runner goes, and a foul ball. Seventh inning. This was a big insurance run. A sharp single left. Marte leading the National League in assists with a terrific throw, but Schimpf a better slide and just does beat the tag and the challenge by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Boy, that was bang bang. 3-0 Padres. Looper shortstop position. Mercer takes care of it. Padres gone in the 9th. Pirates will hit with Harrison, Marte, and McCutchen last of the 9th. Bottom of the 9th, and it's Brandon Maurer called in from the Padre bullpen. Last time he was on the rubber, he had one of the rare rough times. Remember, that was the 9-7 Padre win against Philadelphia on Saturday night. In one inning, he gave up 3 runs and 3 hits. Back up on the horse tonight and trying to close the deal on this 4-0 Padre lead.
Yeah, he threw a lot of pitches that outing. So a chance to have a clean, crisp 9th here. 4-0, not a safe situation for Maurer Power.
Josh Harrison looks at a fastball, ball 1. 0 for 3 tonight. Flied out, struck out, grounded out. 95 and a strike. Two and 1. 96 on that fastball.
You know, those last 3 outings that you saw from Brandon were non-safe situations, and the one where he threw a lot of pitches was against the Phillies. You saw that 3 spot there. But remember, you can't pitch yourself into a safe situation. So even if the Pirates get base runners or a run, you cannot pitch yourself into a save situation. Maurer would have to be relieved by someone else,
and then that would be a save situation. Let's not even think about that. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There's the first out of the 9th, and he blew that one by Harrison. And here comes Marte.
Just rearing back. This is Maurer Power coming right at you.
Go back to 2013. Remember that gem pitch by Andrew Kastner, nearly a no-hitter, a 1-hit complete game shutout. Strike 1 at 95. Now, when they're trailing after 8 innings, the Pirates have not won all year. They're 0 and 50. Keep that going. Pretty good pitch. Breaking ball, 1-1. Marte is grounded out twice and lined to left. 2-1.
You know what, Professor? I think that game for Andrew Kastner, talking about here, he faced 1 over the minimum that game. That 1 hit was the 1 base runner, and he faced 28 hitters that game.
Ground ball to third. Rosales with a convenient hop. 2 away. And the Bucks are down to their final out as Andrew McCutchen steps to the plate. A single the last time, one of 2 hits for Pittsburgh in the the game.
Hey, stay tuned. After this one, Padres Live post-game show. Going to hear from manager Andy Green, Mike Pomerantz, and Mark Sweeney. We'll break this one down. And what's going around Major League Baseball? The pennant races, division races coming up on post-game live.
You know, we're in the midst of the Olympic Games in Rio, and baseball, of course, is going to be reinstituted in the next games in 2020 in Tokyo. And that's really an interesting discussion. And our producer, Jay Lewis, is going to have us talk about that tomorrow. Mark McGuire, who was an Olympian when baseball was a demonstration sport in 1984, the games in Los Angeles. He has his comments. I have my feelings about how that should operate, and that'll be a nice discussion.
Sure.
So I don't know when we're going to do it. I suppose maybe in the pregame show.
Nice.
Oh, we don't have a pregame show. That's right. Well, we'll find time. Stay with us, fans. Morning baseball.
Yeah.
Starting at 9:30. 2 strikes to McCutchen, and he stays alive. Fouls that one back. 97. Ground ball, foul.
Also, we'll probably find out what happened to Heber Solarte as well when he was taken out of the game. After his first at-bat, Adam Rosales went in to play third base.
This is a tough team to shut out, so a whitewash by the Padres tonight will be quite an accomplishment. Pittsburgh's been shut out only 3 times all year. 1 strike away. High fly ball off first. Myers won't be able to reach that far. And at this point, 2 hits is the lowest hit total for the Pittsburgh team all season long.
And there's Andy and his little brother and his dad right there.
He's still saying, you know, I had my glove, backhanded it, screaming line drive. He's got his sign, go Padres. Gotta love it. 1-2. Make him an honorary member of something, shouldn't we?
Yes.
Well, we'd find out he's coming tomorrow night. Maybe he'd like to come up and visit us in the booth.
Nice.
Get to meet Mark Grant here. You know? Fly ball, left center. Dickerson is there, and the Padres have their 7th shutout of the season. Final score: San Diego 4, Pittsburgh nothing. Here's Mike Pomerantz.